Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I've got another equipment review for you guys. And this week's review is a companion video to last Saturday's review where we ended up reviewing the Lewint Olympic chain collars. This right over here, it's going to cost a little bit more than $50. So for those of you who don't want to spend $50 on an Olympic chain collar, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can modify it and how you can come up with your own that are going to be a lot more cost effective. And we're going to be organizing them from the most cost effective to the least cost effective. But before we get into it, first, real quick, like the video and comment down in the comment section as it would really help me out and help out with the algorithm. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the content. And now, let's get into the different methods. The most cost effective is going to be this right over here, and it is a carabiner. These carabiners, they cost roughly $2 each, so you can do it for less than $5. And what you would want to do is you would want to take your chain, and then you are going to place the carabiner around the first lock. Then you're going to put it around the bar, and you are going to lock it in place by putting it around the opposite one. One of the benefits to this is that it's going to be very cost effective. As I said, it's less than $5. One of the drawbacks is that it's not going to be the most stable, as the chain will be able to slide back and forth. As long as you're fairly horizontal or perpendicular to the ground, it's not really going to be that much of an issue. And you could always minimize this by putting it on the inside of the weight as opposed to the outside of the weight. But if you do want something that is going to be a little bit more stable and you don't mind spending a little bit of more money, then instead of getting the carabiner, what you can do is invest in an L-shaped spring collar. If you're using an L-shaped spring collar, this is going to be terrific if you have a chain that happens to have a hook on it. If your chain has a hook, all you really need to do is place the hook on the L-shaped spring collar and it's going to stay in place. It's going to be very stable. It's not going to move back and forth. And with the L-shaped spring collar, it's roughly $5 to $10, so it's not that much more expensive. One of the drawbacks is these L-shaped spring collars, if you put a lot of weight, eventually they are going to deform. So this would be good if you're just getting starting with using chains and you're going to be using lighter chains. If you're more advanced or if you use very, very heavy chains, then this wouldn't be ideal because after a while it is going to start to deform the actual spring collar itself and you're going to have to invest in a new one. Next, if you don't mind spending a little bit more money, then what you can do is a combination of the last two methods. So instead of the L-shaped spring collar, we're going to get these spring collars right over here where they are oriented vertically, and we're going to couple it with a carabiner. So what we would do for this one right over here is you would go ahead, you would take your carabiner, put it around the actual hook itself, and then all we would want to do is attach the carabiner to the spring collar. Right here, it's going to be the exact same. It's going to be very, very stable. It's not going to move. And because the collar is pointing downward, you don't have to worry about it deforming. It's going to stay in place. Personally, I'm not really a fan of spring collars just because after a while, even if you're not using it for the purpose of chain training, they are going to deform a while. Me personally, I prefer these collars right over here. But overall, that would be another cost-effective way that you can incorporate training with chains into your routine, and it's only going to be about $5 to $10. Next, let's say you do not want to train with the spring collars and you're willing to spend a little bit more money. Well, the next option would be to get a fox claw collar. With the fox claw barbell collar, that's this one right over here. And if you've ever trained with anything like either a farmer's carry handle, strongman log, a lot of times they're going to come with these fox claw collars. What you would want to do is this right over here, this locking nut, you would just unroll it. And then you would want to take an eye bolt. This eye bolt right over here, it's going to be roughly $5 to $10 for a pair of these, and these are going to be $30 for a pair. So this right over here, it's going to cost you roughly $45. But what you would do is you would want to take this, and then where you had the bolt before, all you would do is just twist that right on. Then from here, you would take your carabiner, same thing, you have the carabiner right on top of the chain, and then you would just loop it right through the eye bolt. With this, the benefit is that it's going to be very, very stable. You could use the collars for a bunch of other things. You're not going to have to worry about the fox collar deforming. The con is that you're really not saving that much more money. This is going to cost you roughly $45, and the actual legit Lewint barbell chain collar is going to cost you about $50. So between the $5 difference, you are going to be better off just investing in this one right over here. But those are your different options. You've got the carabiner by itself, you've got the L-shaped spring collar, then you've got the regular spring collar, and then you add on the carabiner on top of it. And then finally, we have the fox claw with the eye bolt with the carabiner. If you guys have any questions at all, or if you're not sure which one is going to be right for you, go ahead and ask your questions down in the comment section so I can help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I'm going to be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.